Hello and welcome to Coffee with Carrie. I appreciate you being here. I'm assuming some of you are here because you saw part one. This is sort of a part two to a conversation we had about toxic relationships. It was in the news so much. I don't get to that point with a lot of matchmaking clients, and it has rarely come up with coaching clients, to be honest. But I was listening to a lot of people talking about the Amber Heard trial, and it led me down a rabbit hole of some research and tools and tips that have been recommended by some therapists, and then a lot of it you'll recognize as good common sense. And sometimes we just need somebody else to point things out where we're like, yes, I knew that. I thought that. I just kind of pushed it aside and wasn't focused on that being the thing I needed to do. So I'm here to be that friend for you. If you're new, I'm Carrie. I'm a matchmaker and a dating coach, not a therapist. But like I said, these are common sense things. And also I did do some reading of some research, and this is what I came up with on some ways to get out of and avoid what seems to you and feels to you to be a toxic relationship. I have 5 tips for you today. Let's get going. If that's interesting, that's what's coming up right now. Number 1, go slowly. I said this in my last video, but I was speaking about the entire relationship. In this episode, I'm talking about going slowly with the physical relationship if this is a new relationship for you. And the main reason for that would be, we've talked about the dopamine in your amygdala, and also the fact that your brain is just drowning in love chemicals, good feeling chemicals. So the last thing you probably need as a woman in this situation is to have sex with this person, which then multiplies those feelings, and also for a lot of women creates an attachment even more so to this person. So taking your time with getting to that point will help you be more clear on what you're seeing and what you're feeling, and on recognizing red flags. It's definitely not going to make things clearer, and taking your time may in fact make things clearer. You should not be hurrying. Well, Phil Collins said it best. You can't hurry love. And if it's meant to be, it will work out in a slower time frame. Number 2, don't ignore logic and common sense. You have it there. You just have to be in touch with it and not shove it to the background when these feelings and these thoughts come up. If you're feeling something, you've got to be in touch with what's inside you. Your gut is always going to be your best friend, and sometimes we don't want to hear it. We don't want to face those feelings. We want to go with the flow and enjoy all the good feelings of something that feels really passionate. But often that passion is hiding or masking something underneath that later on, when that passion subsides a little bit, could sometimes turn ugly. And it doesn't always take long. Sometimes that passion is part of the problem. So passionate that I'm so jealous and I must have you all to myself. That type of situation. So don't shove the messages from your frontal cortex to the back seat. Instead, take it all in and make sure that you're making good choices for you. Keep your logical brain also engaged is what I'm saying. And if your brain, this is number 3, I think, if your brain is drowning in dopamine and not doing its job for you, borrow a second brain. Get a second opinion. Just get over your embarrassment and any privacy issues and go to someone who you trust, someone who cares about you and has your best interest at heart. You may need somebody else to point out what is looking unhealthy here. I think in that trial we're talking about, other people saw what was going on and were warning these participants of that relationship that this was not normal, over the top, and very controlling. But the people inside it probably couldn't see it because they were probably just driving on through on dopamine alone. So get a second opinion, borrow a friend's brain or family member, get some help from the people who care about you. I feel that taking a step back and looking at your list of those qualities that you want in a partner, somebody thoughtful and trustworthy who's not jealous, right? Not somebody controlling. If you look at that list, you may be missing out on things that are important to you because you're swept away with the passion of this or the excitement of this. So I encourage you to look back at the things and remember, think about, I don't know if you have a written list anywhere, but maybe rewrite a list of those qualities that you've known for years are what you're looking for, and see if this person embodies those qualities. Is this your person? Hopefully that list will be really helpful to you. I hope it includes more than must love dogs, right? And then finally, number 5 is on that step back, really be honest with yourself. Sometimes we see these things and we just don't want to know, right? So I encourage you to be truthful with yourself in assessing if this is right, if it's healthy, if it feels good, or if there is toxicity in this relationship. Because I can promise you, alone is not that bad when you compare it to a toxic relationship that is always drama and always problems and the good times and then the bad times, but then you're good again. And that roller coaster is not fun and it's not healthy. And it's much healthier to be alone than it is to be lonely in a relationship where all your needs are not being met. Well, I hope you found that helpful and or interesting. If you did, please give the episode a thumbs up. A reminder that this is sort of a part 2 to another episode I did recently on toxicity. So if that's interesting to you, I will put that as one of the options when start to fade to black here. That'll be there if you're so inclined to go check it out. While you're looking around on the channel, if you would hit the subscribe button and then the ring bell to notify you when new episodes go up, that would be great. I'd look forward to having you back again soon. Until that next time, though, thank you so much and have a good one.